Welcome back to the Weekend Warrior Show Recap Podcast. My name is Tyler from the Unemployed Architects. I'm going to be talking about the shows last weekend. We played at Destihl Full Band Friday, and then Saturday I played solo at InsideOut in Gilman. So both were a lot of fun. The first one, like I said, we played full band. It's the first time we've probably done that in like a year. We did it as a 5-piece. Didn't have a drummer, so I still did the foot percussion. Blair did his drum machine, but with 5 pieces, and the conga player, Dave, as the percussionist. It really sounds like a full band. So it was our first time playing at Destihl. I'd played there for like a Christmas program around Christmas time, but it was in the barrel room, which is like this big room with just a bunch of barrels of alcohol, and it was for a fundraiser. So with fundraisers, it's a little bit, more expected, I think, to play like covers and stuff. But it was the first time Kev had played with us in a really long time, and he just kind of killed it, which was super cool. Dave was pretty much raving about how awesome it was having Kev play with us, and he surprised me sometimes with how good his like fills sounded and stuff. He was just in the pocket a lot, and when he was really good at covering the few mistakes he did make. He was good at covering them. So we had a nice full sound. I kind of threw my voice out. I don't know if you can probably tell right now. I threw my voice out that night at the end of the show. I mean, it was just loud, so I was trying to, be heard. It wasn't as hard as I was expecting for it to be heard, but there was definitely some shouting probably. And then, so my voice went out kind of at the end, so then Saturday was like all day was kind of, I had a little bit of anxiety about the show because, doing a show when your voice is rough is not my most favorite thing. But anyway, I drank a lot of lemon and ginger tea, and I did some throat coat tea, some cough drops, bunch of stuff. I made it through the first hour pretty well. I mean, I performed I was surprised at how good it was going because of where my voice was at. And so I'll kind of backtrack here a little bit. The bar was super cool. They had their own sound system, which I didn't even know. And it's this tiny little wine bar in this tiny little town called Gilman, so I wasn't really expecting a whole lot. But when I walked in, the aesthetic was super cool. They just had a bunch of stuff on the walls to look at. And then I walked in, it was empty, and the people who run the place came up and they were like, well, every table's reserved, so it should be a full house. And I'm thinking, since my voice is kind of rough, I was like, oh no, this is going to be disastrous. But anyway, like I said, I got through the first hour really well. Towards the end of that set, I had about 2 songs that just, I don't know, it's weird when I overuse my voice because I get like this little knot of like this note that if I try to hit it, it just hits the note below it. And it's like, I feel in my body like I'm, trying to hit the note I'm shooting for, but it just is a whole note flat. So it just sounds awful. It just sounds out of key and terrible because I don't know if there's like a callus or something there. But anyway, so I ended up, and that was a little scary. It was only a 2-hour show, which is, not the usual. So I ended up and I tuned down. I drank some more tea. I picked my songs, a little bit more wisely because I was like, in that first hour, like I said, I was kind of feeling it, and it was like turning some heads in the crowd and stuff. So I was thinking like, man, this is going really well. So I wanted to play good songs, and then I overdid it. So the second half was a little bit more tapered back on especially the originals. And, I know a lot of songs, so I can kind of pick wisely, I guess. But, usually I'd like it to be the flip-flop. I would like to kind of warm up with kind of the easy, kind of not my favorite songs and end really strong. But it worked out. I ended up doing our Tom Petty medley at the end, which is what we call the Tom Pedley, where we play like 8 or 9 Petty songs in a row, depending on who's there. But since it was just me, I think there was like 8. So that went over really well, and everybody there was super nice and complimentary. But now, starting that day, I was just starting to cough. So now I got a little bit of a head cold, which has been frustrating. I've been taking like vocal rest pretty much. I haven't practiced. Usually Tuesdays when I would kind of start back my practice routine, I might do a little something on Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is usually when I hit it strong on the practice. But this week, since my voice has been weird, I decided to try to rest it. And of course, this is my month. I have 15 shows in March, which is a lot. Usually it's like 8. So, I almost have half of the dates that are in March I have a show for. So that's a little rough, but and definitely like this upcoming weekend I have the night shop here in Bloomington, and then my 2-night show in Davenport. So, and pretty much those are all going to be on me, and it's Wednesday, and my voice is still like, I don't know how I'm going to even do it, really. I'm going to have to probably tune down and treat every set like, not my favorite. Pick songs that are easy. Laura Lynn should be around for all of them, so hopefully that'll help. But, it's just part of it. You got to kind of learn how to perform when you're sick, and learn how to perform when your voice isn't where it should be. So I guess I'll hopefully at least learn something from these shows. I don't know if they'll really be, that fun necessarily. And I think I'll just have to, for the whole month, since I'm playing live so much, I'll probably have to taper back my practice schedule so that way I'm not, destroying my voice every weekend. But anyway, so that was kind of the shows this week and what's coming up. I know this is a little bit of a shorter one, but like I said, I'm kind of trying to save my voice, so that's kind of the phase I'm in. So I'll probably talk to you guys next week, and I hope you have a good week, and thanks for listening, anybody who takes the time, and have a good one. All right, bye.